Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Wednesday, March 24, 2021. And today we've seen consolidation taking place within the S&P. We're trading right around where it opened at, and we've got an inside day forming as well. The Nasdaq's been a little bit weaker, but the Russell has seen similar activity to the S&P, where we're kind of consolidating within yesterday's range, and the Dow took off a little bit stronger to the upside off the open, but has been consolidating ever since. But this afternoon, what we're going to look at is based upon the study I shared this morning using pivots, and I'm just going to update it into the afternoon and use all four instruments here with an entry at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So this will be based upon entering the market long at 3 p.m. and exiting at the close, which is 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. Now, the key components that we were looking at on this morning's study was based upon where the close was yesterday relative to the pivot points for yesterday's session. And yesterday, we closed between the S1 and S2 pivot points. So I'm going to add that back to the study here. I've just added that from our price patterns library. And then what I want to do that's a little bit different from this morning is this morning I was looking at where we opened at relative to pivot zones. This afternoon, I'm going to say where are we trading at as of 3 p.m. relative to the pivot zones. So now I'm going to go into this post-open filter section, and I'm going to say at 3 p.m., which is the time of the entry here, what has happened if the market is trading where it's currently at, which is between the pivot point and the R1 pivot. So let me add that by going to the intraday close versus daily levels. I'm going to scroll down here towards the bottom, and I'm going to hit equals next to between pivot point and R1. So I've just added that to the study, and that means at 3 p.m., the price would be between the pivot point and the resistance 1. And those levels for the ES today, the pivot point is at 39.11.25, and the R1 pivot is at 39.32 even. So that's currently the zone that we are trading in right now as of the time of this recording. All right, lastly, I'm going to put us in a similar market environment, which is below a 10-day simple moving average, but above a 200-day simple moving average. Now I can click View Results. And here we go. These are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time, exiting at the close 4:15 p.m. Eastern time, when you are trading between the pivot point and the R1 resistance as of 3 o'clock Eastern time, when the prior day closed between its S1 and S2 pivot. And this is taking place in a weaker bull market environment, which is below a 10-day simple moving average, but above a 200-day simple moving average. Historically, we have 50 samples in the S&P, 43 in the Nasdaq, 47 in the Dow, and 46 in the Russell. If we look at the win rates on these, the win rates are telling us what percentage of them have closed above the entry, which is that 3 p.m. price. And for the S&P, that is 64%. For the Nasdaq, it is 60%. The Dow, 51%, and the Russell, 57%. So 3 of the 4 have been at least slightly favored to the long side in that scenario. If we look at the average win and average loss, very similar in size there for the S&P, pretty similar in size for the Dow and the Russell as well. The Nasdaq's the only one that's starting to get skewed a little bit, and it has been skewed towards the average loss being larger. So of those, it looks like it's just the Nasdaq, which has really had a significantly larger average move in one way or the other. And if we look at the win rates again, you can see 3 out of 4 of those have been favored. So historically, this pattern has favored the long side just a little bit more, historically speaking. And it's worth noting that where we're trading at relative to the pivots does make a difference. So if we were to sell off below that pivot point, which is at 39.11.25, the numbers get weaker if you run this study in a different pivot zone. So I thought I would mention that just in case, because I have no idea where we're going to be at 3 o'clock. But hopefully you found this helpful. Good luck today, and we will see you next time.